Hey there, Becca from PriceLabs here. Just wanted to share a couple of quick things that you can do if you're noticing that your market is taking a downturn. Now, we have reached out to many of our users where we've actually noticed there is a downturn in the market where the occupancy this year going forward is on average at least 5% below where it was this time last year. So we may have reached out to you, and this is hopefully a helpful tip that will allow you to be a little bit more proactive as you take on 2024. So right now, I want to talk a little bit about occupancy-based adjustments. So this is also a really helpful tool, anytime during the year, but especially one that you might want to think about if you have a new listing or a listing that's not doing so hot, or if your occupancy is lower in your market than it normally would be, and you want to be a little bit more aggressive with your pricing. Now, I'm a huge fan of our occupancy-based adjustments because they are reactive. We are essentially looking at your calendar and raising or lowering your prices based on your individual listing performance. So how do we set those up? So if you click edit on your customizations here, of course, you can do this at the group or account level, just doing it here at the listing level to show you. We're going to go to general, and it's the fourth option here, occupancy-based adjustments. Now, if you've never touched this before, don't worry. It doesn't mean that nothing is happening. We actually apply this by default. So you'll see PriceLabs default. We are already adjusting your rates based on lead time and occupancy of your listings. But you might want to change how we're doing that in reaction to, potentially what's going on in your market. So I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to click edit. Sorry about that. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Now, what you're seeing here in this matrix is essentially up top, we've got day ranges, or you can think of those as your booking windows. This is where we are actually going to be calculating the occupancy on. So if you look at your calendar, 0 to 15 days from now, so today through 15 days from now, basically we're going to say in that window, what is the occupancy? How many days out of the total number of days are booked? If I have 40% occupancy during this time, PriceLabs is automatically going to drop my rates by 5% for any available dates in this range. If I only have, less than 10% occupancy, I've got nothing on the books, we're dropping prices by 15% for that range. Now, same thing, if 31 to 60 days from now, I'm actually already 80% occupied, we're going to end up raising prices by 10%. Now, this is completely editable. I can come in here and say, I want to drop my prices 20% or 30%. That would be a little bit silly to do it that way. I personally would say have your lowest numbers here and then sort of be less aggressive as you get higher occupancy. But you don't have to figure all that out because we have different presets for you. So in the upper right-hand corner where yours will say default or custom, if you were playing around with the numbers, check out our super aggressive discounting profile. This one is also really helpful, as well as our aggressive. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the aggressive one, especially if your market is a little bit lower, because we are more aggressively raising prices too. You can always delete these out. If you like the discounts, but not the price raises that you're seeing, go ahead and edit it. The other option is this super aggressive discounting where we are not raising prices in reaction to your listing, having a lot of occupancy. What's nice about this is that this is never going to go below your minimum price. So we might be hitting your minimum if last minute you have absolutely nothing on the books. But again, it's very reactive. As soon as you get a couple of bookings, we're not going to be discounting as much, but it might just put you over the edge to be a little bit more competitive when your market is not performing the way that we want it to. Hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at support@pricelabs.co. You can always search if you have questions about your occupancy-based adjustments. You can search it right here in our help articles, or chat us or email us directly from your account. Thanks so much, y'all.